raho, be happy.
You can switch off the fans. It will be coming sound. Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. We are studying Sadachar. Whatever you do, whether you are cooking, whether you are fighting on the war front, or you are going for a walk, or you are talking to somebody, or doing your job, whatever you are doing, if that becomes a channel through which you can express joy and happiness, you are walking spiritual path called Karma Yoga. Again the same thing. Whatever you are doing, cooking, whether fighting on the war front, or doing your job, or talking to somebody, whatever you are doing, if you are doing that for getting happiness, not for expressing happiness, then you are a samsari. How simple the spiritual practice is. Not difficult at all. But our basic error is, we are seeking happiness. Stop that and express happiness. Don't seek happiness. Now, what is meaning of expression of happiness? Number one, dekho suno mat bolo, you are happy. Nothing to do, nowhere to go, you are happy. How important it is. Now this is our general life. Second thing, then we do sadhana. Om bhurbhu swaha tassaviturvarenyam bhargo devasya dhimahi dhiyo yo na prachodayat. Similarly, in some places, they chant Om. All the people will be sitting together and then they will start chanting Om. And in that Om chanting, come in the front, we are kept 2 seats for you. So, when they are chanting Om, in that there is a competition. Who can chant how long Om? So, one starts Om, others chant Om, like our dogs, wow. And then those who have finished quickly, they are waiting when this fellow is going to stop now. Because their second Om has already started. Remember, if this is done, it is not spiritual practice. We want to prove something. I can chant long Om. You must have heard bhajans. Meri chunari, ri, 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 ri. That fellow goes on extending the E so long, people get tired, therefore they clap. And he thinks, because of my beautiful chanting, people are clapping. No, enough of it. Therefore, if we are doing our spiritual practice by chanting the mantra, etc., and if it is prompted by some hiding desires, I will do this thing, then I should get that thing. See? Then it is samsara. It is not spiritual practice. See how simple it is. Then the third thing. We do yoga. What for? Fashion. You will see these days these yoga fashion people, wherever they will go with their gun, mattress, yoga mattress. And as the people with the gun, they go with them. He also take on Shavasana. The meaning of the word yoga technically is merging in your divine being. Yoga is just a means, not the goal. And what is the correct goal of yoga according to Yoga Shastra I am telling? Normally people read that one sutra and stop there. Yogaha chitta vritti nirodha. See? This is what they think. But that is incomplete understanding. Wrong understanding. Yoga tells yama, niyama, asana, pranayam, pratyahar, dharana, dhyan, samadhi. Thereafter sanyama comes. The real yoga is starting from the yama and concluding in the sanyama. Sanyama means your mind is perfectly controlled with reference to time, space and object. Such a perfectly controlled mind alone is capable of getting dissolved in pure consciousness. See, if you have got only water, you add to water, it will get dissolved. If you have got ice, you put in the water, it will get dissolved. May it take time more. But if you have got oil and you try to put into the water, it will never merge. Therefore, the real yoga practice is that we have controlled our mind to such an extent that it doesn't run in time, space and object. If that is achieved, then we are living yoga as a spiritual practice. And after achieving that, all the dormant potentialities start surfacing. And because of those potentialities, all siddhis are manifesting. And we get caught up and lost in these siddhis. Touch somebody's back, his back pain goes. Mahayogi, Maharaj, I have got also a lot of back pain. I have seen one Mahatma touching the back and his that kamar ka dard has gone. Please do something, I cannot take it more. What can I tell? Listen, Amma, it can be done only with kamar, not with kamra. Yours is not a kamar, it's a kamra. How can you sort out the kamra pain? Only by making the kamra into kamar. Then only it can be done. Remember, anything, now the other way around, anything that you are doing, if it is leading you towards your own self, that is spiritual practice. Like, I am talking to and you are looking at me. Now, if I am talking to you, if it takes me nearer to my being, then it is the spiritual practice. If I am talking to you and it takes me away from myself, it is a samsara. How it will take me away from myself? Oh, I get appreciation, people appreciate me, and therefore, wow, samsara. Mirabai was singing bhajans. Mere to giridhara gopala dusaro no koi. And Jalotas also sing the bhajan. What is the difference? Mirabai was singing the bhajan as the spiritual practice. And these people sing the bhajans for getting applause from the audience. Action is the same. See, friends, therefore, whatever we are doing, whether it is Om Bhurvu Saha Tasya Vidurvarenyam, or doing the Karma Kanda, Agamarshanam, or taking bath, see, these are the things to be clearly conceived. Whatever we do, whenever we do, are we coming back to ourselves or not? But when we mistake this, then it becomes adambar. I do this puja, I do that upas, I go to that temple, I go to here, I go to there, and after coming, I start getting frustrated. Oh, these temples are so dirty, the pandits are looting us. Better don't go. See? Therefore, Agamarsanam is dissolve your mind in pure consciousness. Up to this 8th verse we have come in the morning. Now, one important point. Mana purne samadhaya mana kumbho yatharnave. A very subtle example. If you take a pot and dip it in the waters, deep water, let us say the ocean. You put the pot, it deep in the water. What will happen? The pot will be filled with the waters and slowly it will sink. I am telling you a clay pot, not the plastic one. It will sink in the water. Now, how will you describe that pot? Is the pot in the water or the water is in the pot? Normally we will say there is water in the pot. But what is the truth? The truth is the pot is in the water, is it not? Because water is inside, outside. If it is only inside, then we can say the water is inside the pot. But when it is both way, inside, outside, what does it mean? The pot is in the water. If this gross example is clear, then come little closer to yourself. Inside there is space. We are all sitting in the space. Outside also there is space. But because we are conditioned by the walls of this hall, we say, I am inside. Inside what? Of course, inside the hall. Oh, very good. Now, where is the hall? Hall is in the space. See? So, we have created a division. Space inside the hall, space outside the hall. But from the space's point of view, the hall is in the space. And therefore, the quality of the space inside the hall and outside the hall is the same, is it not? If this example is clear, then one or two important points come. Inside and outside is an illusion created by reference point of the walls. Our reference point is this body and the contour line of the body. Therefore, when those who are awake, for them this illusion has gone or created. For them the illusion is we are inside the hall, everything is outside. And those who are sleeping away nicely, for them illusion of inside and outside is null and void. Is it not our experience? Don't trust me. I am just analyzing our experience. In the deep sleep, we are inside the body or outside the body, inside the hall or outside the hall, on the bed or below the bed. Everything disappears because there is no reference point. And the moment the mind is born and gets identified with the body, reference is created. And thereafter, this illusion begins. Inside the body is I, outside the body is you. And wherever this I versus you is created, samsara begins. Now, one more step. Any object which we experience, a very simple rule, that which is not included in our mind, that doesn't exist for us. How simple it is. Like sometimes when I take food, my beard also eats some food. So something goes and hangs here and there. But I can't see myself like that. Or I don't sit all the time with the mirror in front of and eat. Style, no. Then somebody, Swamiji, there is something on your beard, something dirty. Remove and show me. Oh, it is rice. Do you think I am eating dirt or what? So, when the object is in the beard and I don't know that, it exists for me? No, it doesn't exist for me. Meaning what? Anything which is known by us has to enter our mind. That which doesn't enter our mind doesn't exist for us. See? So, the whole world which we have given importance to, that only enters our mind. I am taking a risk. Think about your near and dear. And see where you have gone. And now, be nobody. And see where you have gone. So when you became somebody, you have gone away from yourself. When you remain nobody, you have not gone away from yourself. Now the last important point. The world has to be included in the mind, then it is available for us. And world that is available is outside me. And to whom it is available? To me, where I am inside. So in outside also mind is there, inside also the mind is there. See? How important it is to understand. Now this mic stand is outside you, outside me. And the mic stand is there, is known to me, I am inside. Now see what happens. If my attention is all the time on the stand, it will create disturbance for me. If I am indifferent to the mic stand, although it is there, it doesn't mean anything to me. And therefore, I will not be disturbed by the worldly objects. And therefore, understanding is like the space is not disturbed by its contents, like the water is not disturbed by the pot which has sunk in it. In the same manner, I will not be disturbed by anything because now my mind is clear. Everything is in me, I am not in them. And who is this I? I is this undivided mind. Undivided mind is pure consciousness. Mind is knowledge, consciousness is knowledge. Divided mind into knower-known, subject-object is mind, and undivided mind is pure consciousness. This is what is meant here. Manaha purne samadhaya. Dissolve your mind in pure consciousness like magna kumbho yatharnave. Like a pot is submerged in the water, the pot is in the water is not in the spot. In the same manner, when we are free from agham, sin, and what is the sin? Body identification is the sin. What is the sin? Taking a notion that I am a jiva, I am a soul, that is the sin. So to remove this sin and the effect of the sins, the only way is get out of the wrong notion that I am body and I am a jiva. They are in me, but I am not in them. This you husband should easily understand. The son is in me, but I am not in the son. The husband is in me, but I am not in the husband. The father is in me, but I am not the father. Because these three entities are born after getting identified with these three stupid conditionings. The son, stupidity number 1. 2, stupidity number 2, wife. And 3, stupidity number 3 is father. You have become a son. Drop it. And this is what we do every day. We go to sleep means what? We are neither mother, father, brother, sister, husband, wife. When we are none of them, we are happy. Practice the same when you are awake. This is called waking sleep. See, as we know, sleeping meditation is waking sleep. The whole life will change, my friends. But instead of removing the sins, what happened, I don't know, I slept and there was a terrible cat came and climbed on my chest and she was wanting to eat me and I was frightened. Mahapap. Seeing the cat in the dream is a very bad omen. Now what I should do? No, your Purva Prarabdha is coming up. Now what do I do? There is a way, you have come, we can solve it out. Then do this puja, do that puja, give so much of money, make a golden cat, make the Naivedya of a golden rat. See? And thereafter give that cat and rat to me, all your miseries will be solved, I will become miserable. My friends, don't get carried away by that. If you are holding on to Paramatma, all that comes dashes against you and splinters into pieces. Miseries can be attributed to some cause, but we are all miserable by our choice. You choose to be miserable, Bhagavan will say Tathastu. You refuse to be miserable, Bhagavan will become miserable. अरे यार ट्राई किया, मिजरी होता ही नहीं. Make the miseries miserable. Life will be totally different. This is the meaning of washing your sins. And all other things that we do, if every event doesn't take us to our own self, it is a sin. Whatever we are doing, come back to ourselves. Our Tulsidas Ji Maharaj tells in a very simple word, which we can understand. Nari hi pyari jimi krodha hi lobh hi priya jimi dam. Nari pyari kami. The one who is lusty, his attention toward the woman is different. A person who is greedy, his attention is only towards money, nothing else. Kami hi nari priyari jimi, lobhi hi priya jimidam, timi raghunatha nirantara priya lagaho mohiram. So the person who is greedy, he will think only money, money, money. And greedy person need not be rich. Even a lower middle class person is equally greedy. A poor person is greedy. How they are greedy? Once in a while, by mistake, he takes his wife and 2 children to the hotel. Children are excited for the first time going with the dad to a hotel. They have never seen anything. Surprising. And waiters are professional. They give the menu card before everybody. So they say, so many things available here. Nobody is going to see anything, okay? Keep it down. I will order for everybody. You don't know anything. His attention is only on the price. Get this atom 68, 4 Bisleri bottles. You have gone with your kids and wife for enjoying, and there you are talking of money, money, money. Don't go. See, friends, greed focuses our attention only on money, nothing else. Whenever anything is evaluated in terms of money, we are baniya. We are not spiritual seekers. How we become baniya and spiritual? If I do this, what will I get? You get nothing. Are you ready? Therefore, I told you very clearly, right in the beginning, meditation class, if you have come over here with a hope that if I do this camp, I will get something, I guarantee you will get frustration. Because you have come with a hope, you will get something. Listen to our mantra, na kuch pana, na kuch khona. See, friends, the sin is desire. Kamayesha, krodhayesha, rajoguna samudbhavaha, maha ashanaha, maha papma, vidhi enaviha vairinam. Arjuna asked a question, prompted by whom, although not willing, we commit sins. Why? We go the wrong way. What is that? Bhagavan says, Kamayesha, krodhayesha. This desire allies anger. And the worst desire is to do good to somebody. Don't bother about the world. Take care of yourself. Don't bother. No, I want to do good to the world. And what is our doing good to the world? Suppose I want to do good to the world and I am a non-smoker. So if I am supposed to go and give a talk, what will I do? I will talk about the bad effects of smoking. Therefore, look at me, I never smoke. You should also stop smoking. So our views are imposed on others. That is our social service. See these Babajis. They are reading Bhagavad Gita. Now their only aim is life. Let everybody in our country should have Bhagavad Gita in their hand. Why? Take care of yourself. See? Bhagavad Gita given by Bhagavan Krishna, he is not worried. What he taught, it was heard, but nobody changed. And we are trying to see, I want to make Bhagavad Gita as a global religious only book. Don't get lost. Take care of yourself. You be cheerful and happy. What your 2, 3 people, 5 people come in your contact, they are happy, your job is done. And that is not your job, his job. See? Therefore, the real sin is this. Kamayesha, krodhayesha. We don't have to do good or bad to anybody in this world. You cannot do. And as a result, we are frustrated in life. I have been telling the world there is no better book than Bhagavad Gita, but they don't read. What to do? Cry. Continuing further, now we are doing meditation. Laya vikshepayo sandhau. Wake up, wake up, wake up. Laya vikshepayo sandhau. Manastatra niramisham. Sasandhi sadhito yena. Samukto natra samshayaha. Now this is another very important thing which is used in your religious practices. That is called as Sandhya Samaya. There are 3 Sandhyas. One is morning Sandhya, second is Madhyana Sandhya, third is evening Sandhya, Sayam Sandhya. Sandhi means joint. Therefore, all those people who are benefited with the knee joint pain, what is a knee joint pain is called as sandhivat. Sandhivat doesn't happen to your main body, main bone, only in the joints. So joint is called as the sandhi. Vata, there air has entered. See, those who are doing pranayam regularly, every day spend about 5-10 minutes doing deep breathing pranayam. All the unwanted toxins in your blood accumulated as the excretions of the metabolic process, those toxins, they get accumulated in the blood. These are gaseous toxins. And if deep breathing is not done, those toxins remain accumulated in the blood. Blood becomes saturated. Now where will they go? So they find out a space. The space is in between bones called as the joints. And therefore the toxins go in the joints and accumulate there, and those toxins are responsible for destroying the cartilaginous disc if they are there, or they dry the synovial fluid. As a result, they become cracky. When you crack your joint, nothing is broken. But the moment you crack your joint, don't you feel good? Now what is that? Those toxins which are accumulated, they are released. They go back to the bloodstream. And when you do deep breathing, they are thrown out. This is the importance of sandhi, keeping perfect. If this example is clear, then these three sandhis. This is why importance is given in our scriptures for the sandhya vandanam. So in the morning before the sun rises and after the night is over, that little time, it is called a 48 minutes time. That is the most auspicious time. Why? It is neither the night nor the day. So you are neither sleeping nor you have become somebody. Sasandhi sadhito yena. Be nobody. And during that nobody period, do your Gayatri Japa. When this is sincerely practiced, in due time you become naturally open to that. And as a result, we learn that in the sandhi, in the joint, you are nobody. Sa sandhi sadhito yena. Now this has to be done 3 times. That time, 12 o'clock madhyanya sandhya. That time again you become the in between the two. Morning is over, afternoon has not started, that time 12 baje. That time we take food. So remain nobody. No comment on food. Give yourself zero choice. Whatever food comes in front of you, eat cheerfully, happily. Ek hi banaya, and go on eating. You zero choice when you take food. You see, enjoy life. Then Sayam Sandhya. Now these days it is not there. Earlier it used to be there. 6 o'clock means what? Evening show time. See? Evening time is the time when we are most vulnerable to the wrong deeds. See? And therefore in the evening we have got Aarti, Puja. See? When it happened in Kuwait was attacked by, what do you call that, the other country, Iraq. And in one house, the father, mother and a child, about 8 years, evening time, they are all frightened. The child said, Papa, this is our Aarti time, let's do the Aarti inside the house. Because their spirituality is internal matter, not external. So every house will have, Hindu house will have their own temple, they do arti there. So let it do their arti. And when they engage in the arti, that time, where you are, what you are, when you are, nothing. You are only devotee of the Lord. You can do nothing. Only you can keep at peace with yourself. And with that attitude, when you finish your evening, your whole night will be beautiful. But in the evening onward, we start seeing horrible things. All kinds of terrible news, or watching crime movies, ghost movies. See? One movie I read somewhere, I like that name very much. The name of the movie was Chalte Gaadi Mein Latakti Laash. A dead body hanging in a moving train. Now you see that movie, go to sleep. In the train. And then that body will come and bounce on you. Very bad news. Why these dreams happen to me? See? Whatever you eat, that only comes out. How much care we take about the food? Have we taken ever care about our food that we give to the mind? Food for the worldly things we understand. Body food is taken care of so much. But the food for the mind? And what is the food for the mind? The thoughts. What kind of thoughts we present to the mind? Criminal, lazy, indulgent, or divine? So if you are sleeping, even if you don't listen fully, you suppose you start Vishnu Sahasranam and listening, chanting, you go to sleep. Your whole life, night will be Vishnu Sahasranam. Vishnu, Shatkara, Bhuta, fresh in the morning. Therefore, these three sandhis are essential for us to know the importance of that. Now, after this, now you come to that every moment sandhi. So, laya vikshepayoho sandhau. Vikshepa is Sri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Sri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Sri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. So this mantra is a vikshepa, disturbance in the mind. Then followed by silence. Then another vikshepa, Sri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Another silence. Unless there is a silence, the mantra cannot be divided in two. So laya vikshepa yoho sandhau. Between the two thoughts, one thought is thoughted and next thoughting has not started. So sandhi sadhito yena. He who is established in this junction between the two thoughts. What happened there? Manaha tatra niramisham. Mind is there, content free. There are no contents. But there is no sleep. And because there are no contents, there is no body. For this purpose, we gave you simple mantra. Number one, don't talk to yourself. Number two, listen to silence. Do it sincerely, my friends. samuktaha natra samshayaha. He is liberated, no doubt about it. What is bondage? Bondage is carrying the load of contents in the mind. And when we carry any load, we get tired. Physical, biological, and mental. Physical load we know. Our very small suitcases, NRI suitcases, huge. So we want to drop it, enough, it is too heavy. Then biological load, you have got high BP. Suddenly in the lecture hall, you get up and go out. Others are disturbed. Why this fellow is going out in between, disturbing everybody? But you don't know his situation. He has come to a limit. Now he cannot hold. Otherwise he will do it there. High BP, bladder pressure. You can hold up to a limit, not beyond that. So physical load makes us miserable. Physiological load makes us miserable. Now third, mental load. So many things are packed inside. Mother, father, brother, sister, husband, wife, and each one of them is having their own load. Constantly thinking about the son, about the daughter, about the husband, about the wife, about the children, about the nation, about spirituality, about the puja, about agarbatti, matches nahi, Hare Ram, Ram, Ram. Relax, man, relax. And this relaxation is consciously achieved when you understand this. Sasandhi sadhito yena. Focus your attention on absence. Then samukta natra samshaya, he is liberated. Liberation from what? From nothing. Because nobody is catching you. Suppose I say, I am very much attached to my mic. If somebody takes away the mic, please don't take. If somebody takes away the mic will not say, I will not go to you, I am my Swamiji's. No. We are attached, nobody is attached to us. Grandparents particularly never understand this. See? So, height of foolishness. One example I will tell you. One of my amma, her daughter is in Atlanta, USA. And when the second daughter was born, after about 6 months or 8 months, she has gone there to take care of the granddaughter. Now the small little child, what she understands, anybody holds, kisses and gives this. So 2-3 times, when up to 4 years or so, before she started going to the school, she was very much attached to Nani, talking little bit Hindi here and there. Then the Nani could not go for whatever may be the reason. And when she went, that girl has become already 10 years of age. She has gone to school number of times, started the American slang, talking, and forgotten all about Nani. So when this Nani went with a hope, when I go, my granddaughter will come and knock me home. So when she went, Beta, how are you? Keep away from me. I don't know who you are. And that was a shock. Then she was told, you don't know when you are small, see, you are sitting in her lap, and she was feeding you. I don't know, I don't care. Okay, don't disturb me. Then I don't understand what the hell she is talking. And maybe after a day or two she will cool down. Yeah, I don't like you. Why should I talk to you? You are mother of my mother. You are not my mother. I don't talk to you. Thereafter, within a small period of, she went with a view to stay for 6 months. Within 1 month, packed back. And she said, Swamiji, what you tell in satsanga is so true. We keep on hanging on to the children, grandchildren. Don't do that. Love them, but don't be attached. When we are attached, we start overpowering and possessing them. And as a result, we do not allow the parents of that small child to enjoy their parenthood. We snatch it away. Don't do that. If we don't do that, samukto natra samshayaha. So you are a grandfather, grandmother, yet you are liberated. You are not caught up in your grandchildren. Same is with the parents and the children. Same is with your property and friends. Be close, lovely, loving to everybody, but don't hang on to anybody. And to achieve this is the technique. When you are all by yourself, practice this. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Slowly start widening the silence between two mantras and focus attention on this silence. So sandhi sadhito yena. Then you will come to discover you are the support of all the disturbances, but you are never disturbed. Like all the contents are with shape and form and modifications. Space is without shape, form and modification. So as the space is supporting everything but not getting influenced by anything, therefore the space is liberated. Is this not true in our case? Eyes support all colors and forms. Vision is not disturbed. Vision is liberated. Mind supports all thoughts, good and bad. Mind is not disturbed. Mind is liberated. But our attention is not on the mind. Attention is on the thoughts. How to get out of this attention? क्या फर्क पड़ता है? How does it matter? कोई निंदो कोई वंदो, कोई कैसे कहो रे, राम सांगे प्रीत बांधी होत जैसे होत रहे. Relax. Getting too much excited on any issue is being a samsari. So sandhi sadhito yena samukta natra samshayaha. Then the 10th shloka. सर्वत्र प्राणिनां देहे जपो भवति सर्वदा हंसस्सोऽहमिति ज्ञात्वा सर्वबन्धैः प्रमुच्यते. There are 3 types of Gayatris. The Gayatri what we know or heard about, this is called a Tripada Gayatri. There are 3 pada in that. Tassaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yona Prachodayat. This is the original Gayatri mantra. Om Bhur Bhuva Swaha. This is called a Vyavruti. They are not included in the original Gayatri mantra. So, this is Tripada Gayatri. Tassaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yona Prachodayat. Second is the Dvipada Gayatri. Hamsa Soham. 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 Hakarena Vished and Sakarena. By the Hakar, the air goes in, and by the Sakar, the air goes out. This is called Hamsa Gayatri. Or if you do the other way, Sakarena Vished, by Sakar it enters and Hakarena gets out. That is Soham. Meaning is the same. Popularly it is called as Hamsa Gayatri. Now this Hamsa is matched with the breathing. This Soham mantra is not chanted Soham, 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 Soham. No. Here it is said Soham iti jnatva. Hamsa Soham iti jnatva. Hamsa is the Jiva, Soham is the Paramatma. Or Soham is the Jiva, Hamsa is the Paramatma. Because Jivatma and Paramatma are not two. One, whichever way you take. Hamsaha Soham iti jnatva. So this mantra is chanted first with a proper sequence. Whenever the air goes in, hum, goes out, so, hum, saha. Or you start with the sa, so, hum, so, hum. This is chanted in your mind, and when you are breathing in, now I cannot tell you how I am chanting. So imagine I am doing it in my mind. So when I am breathing in, I will say in the mind, so. And then when I breathe out, hum. And this mantra is said here, Japo Bhavati Sarvada. This is incessantly going on. You don't have to do this japa. Now be very attentive. First we do the bhajan kirtan, tabla peti. We require a lot of support because we are extremely disturbed personalities. Tabla peti, dholak, Sri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram, Sri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. Then all the instruments are rejected. Then collectively we start chanting. Then that collective chanting is dropped. Then you chant by yourself, some bhajan kirtan. Then that bhajan kirtan is dropped. Then you take only one mantra. Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya. Then you drop the Vaikhari chanting. Then you keep on chanting in the mind. Now see what has happened in this process. We have discarded supports. Lesser the supports we have, subtler and closer we are to the divinity. Now the last support is no effort. And which is the effortless activity we do? Breathing. Now here many of us do mistakes. When we want to synchronize our chanting with the breathing, this is wrong. We have to breathe normally without changing, and with that natural breathing which is not done, which is happening, with that breathing you put one Lord's name. Breathe in Hari, breathe out Om, Hari, Om. But what we do? With the chanting we adjust our breathing. No. Chanting is with efforts. So when you are synchronizing the breathing with the chanting, you are going the wrong way. Let the rhythm of chanting not be altered or created. And therefore, this can be done in the Madhyama Vani. Breathe in Hari, breathe out Om. And if you have done this for good number of years, slowly this becomes natural. You may be chanting other mantra or chanting stotra. As your mind starts becoming quieter and quieter, without your effort, you will derail from all your chanting and come back to this natural remembrance of the Lord. And thereafter, our mind will be dissolving in pure consciousness. That is the meaning of chanting the mantra. But our condition is, I have to do this mantra, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Cartoons. As much breathing is effortless, natural, that much effortless and natural we must remember God. But we remember God when there is some problem. One mother wrote me, Swamiji, I had done lot of puja and all things, but my son is not getting married, what should I do? I said, why don't you get married once more? Fulfill your desire. So their puja pothi is only for getting something. Now we are fake. Do you think God will be giving me real results? Look within yourself. How many of us have done whatever we are doing for the sake of the Lord because we love Him? Therefore, you go to the temples, huge crowds. And all of them are to be summarized in one line. Outside the temple there are beggars, inside the temple there are beggars. And till such time you are a beggar, you cannot be happy. Therefore, sarvatra praninam dehe japo bhavati sarvada. Till such time breathing is going on, your japa is going on. Hari Om, Hari Om. If you are doing Soham, then do Soham, Soham. But don't simply give name to your child, Soham, Aja beta. Useless. Hamsa Soham iti jnatva. This Paramatma, the Soham is me. What is Tattvamasi? Is the same as Soham. Tattvamasi, you are that. Saha Aham, I am that. One is the same. See? Sarvatra praninam dehe japo bhavati sarvada hamsa sohamiti jnatva sarvabandhi pramuchyate. He is liberated from all the bondages of relative existence. Then there is one more regular practice which we are supposed to do, 11th verse. Tarpane svasukhe naiva svendriyanam pratarpanam manasa mana alokya swayamatma prakashate. Now there is one practice which is called a Tarpanam. Tarpanam means that which is done to propitiate somebody, to make somebody trupta. So there are different types of Tarpana. One is Pitru Tarpan. We do the Tarpanam every month, Pitru Tarpan. So that the Pitru Lokas, where our departed elders are there, they will bless us. And because of their blessing, we will be able to fulfill our desires. See? Second is the Devatarpan. In the Devatarpan, Bhagavad Gita tells that Parasparam bhavayantaha shreya paramavapsata. You propitiate gods because gods are called as Ushmapa. They eat only through the fire, not the gross food. So when the Naivedya is offered, they eat it without eating the contents. The essence they take away. And therefore during Treta Yuga we come across, all Rishis Munis were doing lot of Yajna Karma. So by this Yajna the Devatas are propitiated, then the propitiated Devatas can fulfill our desires. This is the Devatarpan. See? Third is the Rishi Tarpan. We study the scripture so that the scriptural knowledge remains alive and we are benefited by the knowledge in life. So all the Tarpanas are done to get the blessing, invoke the higher powers so that our desires are fulfilled. It's Tarpanam. And this Tarpanam part is very much known and common in the South India. North Indians are happy-go-lucky. क्या फर्क पड़ता है? As much the Karma Kanda is sincerely practiced in South India, not in North India. So Tarpana. Now here the idea is what? Tarpana means to get desires fulfilled and you are happy. Now here the Tarpana is explained. Tarpane swasukhena eva swendriyanam pratarpanam. Meaning what? When I eat something, I am happy. When I stop enjoying that thing, an example will make it clear. One of my friend, he was addict to smoking. For how many days? 60 years. When he told me this, he was 80 plus. One day he came to meet me and told, Swamiji, good news. I said, are you getting married again? He said, no. Then, I have given up smoking. I am so happy. I said, I heard your news, I am also happy, but I want to learn. So please explain. You have been smoking for 60 years, you were happy. That is one measure of happiness you gained by smoking for 60 years. Another time, you are now given up smoking and you say you are happy. Now if you compare these two happinesses, happiness of indulgence and happiness of renunciation, tell me sincerely, which is the best one? Of course, Swamiji, of course, after I gave up smoking, I am really, really happy. So what I have learned, the happiness is not in indulgence. Therefore, swasukhena eva indriyanam pratarpanam. Let our instrument become the means of expression of happiness. Let our faculties be not enslaved by the things. If I get that, then I will be happy. You are a slave to the sense organs and objects. But if you are happy for no reason, you don't get anything, yet you are happy. When this happens, when you understand a joke. Jokes are happening everywhere, but we don't understand. One day, one person asked me this question, Swamiji, do you become any time miserable? I said, I do. When is that? I said, when I tell a joke, and after the joke, they don't laugh. And not only that, after the lecture they say, Swamiji, please explain that joke. That time I become extremely miserable. Jokes cannot be explained. You have to have that joke cue. Like we have gotten a IQ, we say joke cue. And best joke you see in Haryana. I like that Haryana jokes very much. So simple it is. And it is day to day happening. When I was there, my friend was driving, he didn't know the place. So he stopped the car and asked one roadside man with a smoking in and pagdi and ordinary clothes, probably coming out of the farm. He said, excuse me, मैं कुछ पूछूं क्या? Should I ask you something? पूछ के तो देख. Now, when you laugh, you are nobody. And when you want to understand, फिर क्या हो गया? एक लगा. Jokes cannot be explained. You have to have them. In the same manner, happiness without dependence on the worldly objects is the real contentment in life. So, swa tarpane swa sukhe naiva indriyanam pratarpanam. So, when you understand a joke and you burst into laughter, that happiness is the divine. See? Indriyanam pratarpanam manasa mana alokya. In the same manner, make your mind as the object of knowledge. Like colors and forms are the object of knowledge for the vision. Vision is an object of knowledge for the mind. How? For the first time when we get glasses, we wanted to read something but eyes are not doing well. So we try to adjust the focal length. And the kids at home, they start making fun of us. You are very stylish, mom, these days reading this way, that way. No, beta, it's not stylish, I can't see properly. Then we go to the doctor and the doctor says, can you read this? No. Then he increases. Can you read this thing? No. Such a big word, letter you can't read? No. But why? I don't know English. Now, he was checking your eyesight, not your educational qualification. So that time, where was the attention of the doctor? Not on whether you can read or not, whether your eyes can focus properly or not. Exactly the same way, when the worldly objects are of secondary importance and you are committed to be not enslaved by your sense organs, then you start working on the sense organs. And what is the working on the sense organs? Not be enslaved by the worldly objects. If we work on one sense organ, we have done a great favor to ourselves. That one sense organ is our tongue. It is two in one. First, tongue is used for talking and tongue is used for tasting. So, the talking function of the tongue is controlled by dekho, suno, mat bolo. See here, don't talk. Then, the tasting function, before you take food, make a resolve to yourself. Food is very good. And if it is not palatable, then ask for achar. And after taking achar, then you say, really this achar has added life to the food. They don't understand this is a good thing. Or else they will not make you live. See? Don't make issue with anything in life. Therefore, tarpane swasukhe naiva svendriyanam pratarpanam. Let us not be enslaved. And manasa mana alokya. Similarly, when you focus attention on the mind, manasam tu kim margane krite naiva manasam marga arjavat. What is this mind we talk about? One person asked me this question, Swamiji, you always talk about mind, please tell me where is my mind? So I said, very good. Very rare people ask this question. You are the first one who has asked me this question. He started bloating. Then I asked him, now you do some calculations which I tell you, but keep the answer in your mind unless I ask you. Okay. 1 plus 1. Keep in your mind, don't tell me. Then 2 plus 2. Keep in your mind, don't tell me. Keep that thing below the book or below you. This has fallen for 398 times. I am counting this. And yet you are not learning why it is falling. I was thinking, first of all, when she understood something, she is doing namaskar. But it was not namaskar. Then I asked him, 4 plus 4, keep in your mind. Then I told him, now, whatever I ask, you give me the reply. 8 minus 8, how much it remains? 6. I said, salutation to you. I accept my defeat. See, everything is happening in you, man. Where will you find mind? The moment you focus attention on your mind, mind disappears. Like when you focus attention on your own vision, try to see your own eyes with your own eyes. Try. You cannot, because the seer seen difference vanishes. In the same manner, manasam tukim, what is the mind? Margane krute, when you thus inquire, you come to know naiva manasam. There is no mind. To make us understand easily, few simple tips. That knowledge where objectivity is predominant factor, that knowledge is mind. And that knowledge where objectivity is redundant, objectless awareness, that is consciousness. When mind is functional, somebody is born. When consciousness is functional, nobody is born. Like in deep sleep, it is only the consciousness that is functioning, no mind. Mind isn't there. Therefore, there is nobody. Because there is nobody, we are neither mother, father, brother, sister, husband, wife, none of them. Therefore, we are happy. So, Chidananda, conscious bliss. Therefore, the simplest spiritual practice we all talk about, hear about, is only this. See? Manasa mana alokya swayam atma prakashate. Instead of complaining about the things, you just start inquiring who is disturbed. At the root of every disturbance, there is somebody. And that somebody is born when he has given importance to objectivity. So we are always disturbed as mother, father, brother, rich, poor, Indian, non-Indian. Tamilian, Gujarati. We are all disturbed because of that. And those who are transcended is differences, no difference. Why? In deep sleep. Brahmanandam Paramasukadam Kevalam Jnanamurtim. This objectless awareness has to be recognized. See, there is no objectless concentration. Concentration is always on something else. It cannot be on you yourself. For example, if you are listening with concentration. Therefore you get tired. स्वामी जी खत्म ही नहीं कर रहे, टाइम तो हो गया. Because you are concentrating. And if you are lost in this theme, you will not even know how far the time has gone. See, friends, this is the theory of relativity of Einstein. When you are fully merged, you transcend the time. But when you are forced, that which is 5 minutes becomes like 5 years. And that which is 5 years becomes like 5 minutes. So time is not reality. What we all talk about time is not time at all. What is our understanding of time is the measurement of time we call time. 1 kilometer, is it a space? It is a measurement of space. 5 kilogram, is it an object? It is the weight of an object. Space, object. Therefore time, 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, that is the measurement of time. Space infinite, objects infinite. Similarly, the time is infinite. Come to discover this. When we thus come back to our own self, all your Tarpana, Devatar, Pitru Tarpana, and then Rishi Tarpana, everything is done. Because all of them is done to discover your happiness, to get happiness. Here, you don't get happiness, you discover happiness. You discover something which is already existing. Scientific discovery. Scientists cannot create anything. They can only mismanage. Because the basic error the scientists are having is they do not want to get rid of objectivity. And the whole life is based on the subject. See, what is good for me will be bad for you. Then what is good and what is bad? In the summer, the heat is bad. In the winter, the heat is good. So heat is good or bad? See, unless we become subjective, we have not entered the spiritual path. Then all our life will be only objective world. Me, my wife, my children, my grandchildren, my business, my property, my problems, my cases. Samsari. Therefore, Swasukhe Naiva Pratarpanam. Discover joy by discovering your own blissful self. Thereafter, we will be doing the Agnihotra in our next class. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.